Hello and welcome to Antique Dust. I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Rob.
And together we are dissecting the delicious and delightful period drama that Channel 5 is broadcasting, that is the Hardacres. And now we are on episode 3 for series 2. Ooh. So, in episode 2, Sam Hardacre had the Chekhov's cough. Midway through the show, and then collapsed at the end of the show.
Yes.
So this episode's all about
This episode is dedicated
to the Russian flu.
To the Russian flu, or the Asiatic flu, to give it its more technical.
Oh,
I know.
So the doctor arrives and basically says you need to keep his temperature down. It could be touch and go, and you need to quarantine the house.
Yes, so send all the servants away and boil your own kettle.
Yes, but you have to keep his temperature down because if it gets too high, he could die.
Yes.
So the lovely, lovely Mary Hardacre decides to nurse him, and all the servants go away, even the head butler. Mm-hmm. The head butler doesn't want to leave post. However, Mrs. Dryden tells Beasley, the butler, to go, and it's very telling where it said that you've got family, because he wants to go and sort of remonstrate against him having to go. He doesn't want to leave his post, but she very calmly and very clearly says, "You've got family. You are going." And she's packed his bag, which I thought was a really really lovely element.
She's not taking any nonsense.
No, so which I think was like really lovely. So there's a bit of delirium going on. There is also sort of the issue that Mary Hardacre hasn't told her kids what's happening.
But
Liza,
Harry knows.
Harry managed to wheedle it out
of the doctor, and Liza is kept in the dark, and she doesn't like it because she knows something's going up. So in a fit of whatever, she communicates with the quite dishy. But do we trust him? Do we trust him?
Do we trust him for the sort of Captain Blackwood? Yes. Sorry, dear listeners. I'm actually crap with names. I need a big flowchart right in front of me. You just need to be careful
because Captain Black wasn't that a character in Captain Scarlet. That was
Captain Scarlet. He was
the baddie.
Yes.
Well, he was one of the.
And
baddies.
the Mysterons, wasn't it?
Captain Scarlet and the Mist.
Was the Marina in that? Oh, that was something else.
No, that Aquamarina. Yeah, that was Stingray.
Stingray. I was much more of a Joe 90 fan.
Yeah, Joe 90 was a bit sort of
90. That was a really pumping soundtrack.
Yeah, it's a bit. I don't know.
So anyway, we are moving away. Coming succinctly back to the Hardacres. So the lovely Liza has a little dalliance with a peck in the cheek
in the forest.
And actually shows that she can actually shoot a gun quite admirably, really. Yeah. Because he's out there with his rifle looking to
shoot
the woods, shoot something. And
it's never really explained why he's there.
No, it doesn't really explain why. And Adela seems to be scurrying around the undergrowth as well, and spots that they've had a dalliance.
Yes.
Because Captain Blackwood sort of says how he feels, and I'm thinking, well, this is date 2.
I think we can legitimately say that this is escalated quite quickly.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I do love the Hardacres, because in episode 1, series 1, what would have taken the BBC an 8-episode arc, they did it in 45 minutes, which was well done, production team.
And due to your lack of attention span, that's a welcome a welcome development in Jonathan Land.
In Jonathan Land, yes, my attention span is quite low, but the Hardacres has my undivided attention. It's very frustrating having the commercials, though. I don't like the commercials.
Wow.
It's just like really annoying. I'm so used to streaming where you can just stream, you don't get bothered with Tenor Lady or whatever.
Though you do find that very useful.
And Lady Imelda says to Lady Emma from Fitzherbert's, you need to get yourself under the skin of Lady Mary. And when it comes back to them that from Adela that the whole house has been quarantined, she says she volunteers Lady Emma to go and help with the teaching.
Yes, because she might find out some salacious...
Which Lady Emma reluctantly does it. I mean, she doesn't really want to deal with the Holy Polite, but she does it.
Which is fair enough. I mean, I'm with her on that one.
With the fishwives.
Yeah.
There's a bit of a fishy aroma. So that's going on there. And so she steps up, she sends a note over, and basically Mary says, I'm not going to be bothered with, I can't deal with that. I'm dealing with my husband who's on death's door. So it just says to Mrs. Dryden, just tell Betsy, who is helping out with the teaching, that yes, we will say she can make her mind up and do what it does. So obviously Betsy agrees to go in, and Lady Emma is actually very good as a teacher.
Yes, yeah, and we can see, or at least I can see, a glimmer of empathy developing within her otherwise frosty, snooty exterior.
I mean, I think it's a product of the environment, because when you're seeing what Lady Imelda's like, that was what Lady Emma reflected in series 1. But now she's seeing what of a frightful snob her mum is. That she's now thinking, no, it was very telling, because one of the ladies that was being taught there was saying, I can't do it. My mum says I can't do anything, but she sits next to her and then does it word by word, and it generally everything falls into place.
It does indeed.
Which I think was.
And then she says, "Don't listen to your mother."
Yes, and she's taken I think. Since that's maybe it's like a nugget of an idea dropped. And so there's a little bit of exposition which was done quite succinctly. There seems to be a lot of situations where they're explaining the plot in a where actually Ma Hardacre, played by the marvellous, lovely Julie Graham.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I do love a bit of a walk and talk session. I mean, we've been watching Law and Order Toronto. And they're forever. They're
forever wandering around corridors.
The sort of
summarising the plot.
The inspector, her played by the marvelous Karen Robinson from Schitt's Creek. Her entire reason for existence is to walk around the station with other characters, having the plot explained to her, or her explaining the plot to them. It's quite efficient, shall we say. It's quite efficient, though I would perhaps occasionally like to be trusted that my IQ is sufficient
but I
to
think
actually
with the
follow
Hardacres,
the intricacies of
the Hardacres, although they've cast, the cast is fantastic, the scenery is really good, everything's done on location pretty much.
Well, that's how television is made these days.
Yeah, it's all made on location. There isn't a huge amount of extras or anything along
It's
those.
a very tight.
It's probably a tight budget.
Spare cast. Is that the right expression? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway. So it is quite a tightly run ship. So where previous sweeping things like Brideshead Revisited had
hundreds,
virtually killed Granada Studios when they did that, which is very epic and very delicious. So I can sort of understand it. So Ma sort of ends up nattering with George Fitzherbert, and she says, "Walk with me." You just think, I don't know. So they have a walk, which is basically 45 seconds of her explaining, so propelling the plot along.
Yeah, and sometimes we need a bit of a push,
and basically giving a little bit of relationship advice with regards to, because he feels like a failure, and then it also is mentioned that Lady Imelda has given money to give a dowry to sell off Adela, to buy her a husband. And then basically George is waxing that his wife, Lady Emma, doesn't particularly like him, and they don't, etc., etc. And Ma said, well, you've got to show her some terms of endearment, and tell her. And then there's another scene with George when Lady Emma's coming from a hard day's toiling and teaching words to the fishwives, and he gives her a rhubarb plant with a big leaf.
Nothing says I love you.
Nothing says I love you.
Like a stick of rhubarb.
And that's such a lovely, lovely.
Don't go getting any ideas though.
No. We used to have an allotment. We had rhubarb coming out of our ears.
Yeah. Well, we had it coming out of our freezer. What did I do anything with that in the end? Or
you did a nice chutney.
Did I?
Yeah, and we had lots of rhubarb crumble.
Yes, we did, didn't we?
With custard. Yum, yum, yum. So that was quite an interesting thing. So George and Lady Emma have had a little bit of a toxic sort of relationship where she's always disappointed, he's always feeling like he's done something wrong, and that's sort of like just continuing on with the sort of thing. So that's sort of like sort of squashing my thoughts of Ma and George Fitzherbert having a bit of a thing.
No. You were always barking up the wrong alley with that. I think.
Yeah. So but anyway, that goes on that way. And then we have a little bit more of the meet cutes between the teacher and Harry.
Yeah. So Harry's is busy learning all about Achilles and Patroclus, which, if you're not familiar with the Homeric epic, there were two young men who were very, very good friends, according to historians of the time. Very good friends indeed.
They were good chums.
They were very good chums.
So, and was it in this episode?
Of course, if you read the Song of Achilles, then you maybe have a different
isn't there
view on that.
sort of gay porn or a gay M&M romance, the Song of Achilles?
That's what I just said.
Oh, is that what you were saying? I thought you were talking about an actual frigging song.
An actual song. No, I'm talking about
you're
Madeline.
To the book, A Song of Achilles.
I'm talking about Madeline Miller's book, The Song of Achilles.
So for those other people that are more into contemporary stuff, there is heated rivalries like the hockey players.
Yeah.
It's a bit like that, but
yeah,
in
it's
Greek.
A bit like that, but there's there's more Greek
without good gorgeous properties and hockey.
I'm sure there was some nice properties in ancient Greece.
So we have that, and then we have Joe marking his authority on the shops, and he basically buys a canning machine, which he saw on a loose adverts that come through, and we only get like double glazing and estate agency brochures. Do you want to sell your house? There are. Yeah.
I'm sure if we got a brochure from a canning thing, I'm sure we would be tempted.
We would be very tempted.
Very tempted to buy a canning machine.
Oh, she's having to have that down at the allotment with all the rhubarb.
Yeah, we could have canned it.
We could have canned all the rhubarb. Yeah. So he's there bringing it forward because obviously canning will keep the produce.
Yeah, because there's a bit of an issue with scraping the mould off the herring and selling dodgy herring.
Lady Imelda is desperately trying to find something wrong.
She wants some juicy gossip.
So she's Adela's informed sort of off the cuff that she's seen Captain Blackwood with Liza, and then Lady Imelda walks in on the lovely Lady Emma wandering through reading the Penny Dreadful that she's got from the classes, what all the classes are reading, and she's horrified at such drivel and such nonsense. So she's going to write to someone.
There's no place in an educational setting.
So she's
going to write to someone.
She's writing to the equivalent
like
of Barry Tucker points of view. It's like some nonsense to do with
to write to the Telegraph.
I mean, in fairness, I can't see any educational facility wanted to do that for someone teaching the fishwives how to read.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I am, my capacity to suspend my disbelief has little limit. Though I did kind of scratch my head about that some society or other being able to somehow shut down privately. I think I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. However, my disbelief has been thoroughly suspended, and I'm there for it.
Yeah, so you just think, yeah, she's really scratching around, and she was sort of like getting excited that there may be some dalliance between Captain Blackwood, but then again, if she'd reported on that, then the Blackwood name was probably big in high society.
Well, it would be a risky, it would be a risky manoeuvre, because then Lady Imelda would potentially be pitting herself against what is potentially a powerful
adversary,
family of money and blah 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 reputation. So be cautious. She'd have to be cautious about that, I think.
Yeah. So we've got that, and then we have the sort of hallucination sequence.
Yes.
Where Sam goes missing.
Well, it doesn't go far.
He doesn't go. He goes to the drawing room. He goes downstairs.
Yes.
So in his delirium, he goes downstairs and he's muttering about not having to go to work.
He's gone to Lulu.
He's gone to Lulu. And he's also mentioning he's worried about money and that sort of thing. In fairness, this is my only sort of criticism of this plot point. These are the people that are the richest people in the county. 18 months have just gone by. They can't have got through all of that money, because I think we worked out it would be like virtually the equivalent of a billionaire, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. Is that what they're saying, that they're on their uppers? I'm not sure that's quite what.
No, I mean, he's
saying.
having to sell investments to keep things going. I mean,
because if the bulk of their wealth is invested in the stock market or the Victorian equivalent, which would probably be in penny shares and various things.
I think it was a gold mine. That was where the most of the bulk of it came from.
So if the value of your investment can go down as well as up. So if there is a general depression or a downturn or a recession of some kind, then the value of... So I don't think it'll be about that they've burned their way through a pile of cash. It might be more about that the value of their investment and perhaps their dividend income. But what do I know?
I mean, because they've got the herring or the harbour and the herring.
They've always got the herring.
They've got the herring business, but
you can always fall back on your herring.
They've got to pay for the staff of that one, so I think potentially. But now they've invested in the shops.
Meanwhile, Mary is busy trying to educate the staff so that they don't have to work in the herring. so I'm not sure that's really in the long run a sensible.
I think Mary's probably been quite lucky. I mean, Ma, although she's got her faults, Ma can read, so she's obviously instilled that in Mary. Mary's taken that one step further.
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing we would say, is that the Hardacres are all appear to be educated,
and they see the value in education, especially with their son. The son wanted to go to Oxford.
Because there's Liza reading Jane Austen, and frankly, readers, I have myself struggled reading Jane Austen. So good on her, better than I am.
I've never read Jane Austen. I listened to the soundtrack of Wuthering Heights. That's Jane Austen, isn't it?
No.
Oh, that's the Brontes, isn't
yes.
it? So no.
Yeah, you just. I feel you just demonstrated something valuable. I'm not sure what though.
So, sorry, dear listeners, I'm getting my historical fiction
Yeah, I'm very, very familiar with Jane Austen. Very familiar. I love
Birthday time, Christmas card list, everything.
Yeah. I read every Bond novel.
So this episode is more about the fever, and Ma gives Mary a tonic to give Sam, and she's reluctant to do that. She's using all the potions and everything. Nothing's working. He's coughing. She thinks he's died. He's gone missing. So it's into the drawing room, and spurting off. He's worried about being late for work and money and all that sort of thing. And Ma takes over. Oh, Julie Graham, fantastic. We love you, Julie Graham. You're fantastic. Basically tells Mary to go to bed, go to sleep. You're knackered, you're exhausted. But Mary also gives Sam the tonic that Ma gave her, and she said it was nonsense. And then the fever broke, and he's back to normal.
Hurrah!
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 And then they have a family get together where Sam is not Sam. Is Sam, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, it depends who you're talking about.
Yeah, where Sam is saying to Mary, because she questions the money situation, he's saying that potentially Joe isn't ready quite yet to take over the business. But I think Joe's...
Yeah, I mean, that seems to be like a permanent question mark over Joe's fitness to do anything.
Well, I think they believed in him, but then he did drop a clanger in series 1 where it was going all hoity-toity against the workers, and that went against him a little bit. And then there was a situation of money missing.
The money
missing, which he was trying to make himself look better or get rid of someone who was a little bit more... who we have not seen in this series.
No.
Although it seems to be more of the domesticity on this one, which isn't a bad thing. And then they all have lunch together around the dinner table, celebrating his return to health and decorum, sort of thing. So yeah, it was all very good.
Yeah.
It was.
So we've sort of reached the midpoint, haven't we?
I know.
Blimey.
So we've only got 3 more episodes. Oh my God, Channel 5! You really need to get your finger out. Because Hardacres has come out at the same time as Disney's brought out Series 2 of The Rivals, and both Rivals and Hardacres. Rivals is based on the Jilly Cooper, our very good friend of the show, Jilly Cooper, who's unfortunately no longer with us. Very good friend of ours. Loved her ponies.
What on earth are you talking about?
So, in my fantasy world, Jilly Cooper was a maiden aunt or something.
All right, okay. Did she know that? No, I don't think she did. I don't think she was a very good role model as a maiden aunt for some reason.
I think she'd be a fantastic... I think, in fairness, Ma Hardacre is a fantastic... I love a nice, strong... sort of assertive woman. Lovely.
Well, maybe there's a book in it, The Wit and Wisdom of Ma Hardacre.
Oh, no.
That was a thought. That could be published alongside The Machinations of Lady Imelda.
Oh, yes. Well, you could actually...
I'm full of them.
Yeah.
I'm full of it today.
It's full of it today.
I'm full of it today. Ideas are us.
But so Rival Series 2's come out, which is a bit of a 80s bonk buster. Fantastic. It's based... it's the second series based on the same book, where Jilly Cooper wrote a lot of the Yorkshire novels.
I have been trying to... What have I been reading?
You've been trying to read...
I've been trying to read...
No, not Polo, Riders.
Yes, I've been trying... Well, to be honest, I've not been trying to read Riders.
You listen to the
I've been listening to the audiobook, and I've discovered that listening to Jilly Cooper in bed is not a good idea, because I keep on falling asleep, and then the next time I listen to it, I'm going... Why are they in Spain? Why are they at a bullfight? The last I heard, they were hopping around logs at a gymkhana. But
well, no, the Yorkshire novels. It started off with Riders. It was Riders, Polo, Rivals, which is what the TV series is going on at the moment, and then A Man That Made Husbands Jealous, and then it was Appassionata, and I think it was was it Wicked?
Wicked.
Yeah, it was.
No, I don't think it's Wicked.
Yeah, it was. But anyway, I stopped at Appassionata. But
why did that tip you over the edge?
No,
it sounds like a dessert Appassionata.
But I'd read. I took
a strawberry Appassionata, please.
The Jilly Cooper books were massive wedges. I mean, they were huge.
The thing I struggle. One of the things I'm struggling with is the way that she writes, and it's not a criticism, but it's slightly, for me, I'm very much used to that kind of close third person, but the way that she writes an omniscient third person, so she's hopping from one person's head to the other in the same scene. When you're lying in bed half asleep listening to it, it's quite tricky to
I think when you read it, it's leveled out. I mean, I devoured when I left uni. I went with sort of myself, some friends. We were given a cottage in Brittany to go to for the whole summer, a couple of months, and I took on 3 Jilly Cooper books, and they were.
I think it's quite old-fashioned. It's an old-fashioned way to write.
Yeah. It is, but yeah. But I mean, I think with that sort of, there's an element of Jilly Cooper in the Hardacres. In the Hardacres, I mean,
there's a bit of Jilly in all of us.
I mean, the Hardacres is a romp, and it's people that it's social climbing, which the Hardacres, they've got money.
There's not as much bonking though.
No, there's not as much bonking.
Well, not so far. I mean, who knows? We've got 3 more episodes, so goodness knows what might happen next.
It's the orgy at Hardacre Hall on episode 5.
I think we can probably safely assume that the level of bonking will remain the same.
But I mean, the whole thing is they are both romps of social standing, money, and excess, and I think
rivalry,
and I think. That's exactly what we need in this day and age.
So it's going to be your PhD thesis then? Compare and contrast the Hardacres and...
I've stopped at my master's. That's all I'm doing. I'm not doing anything further. I might go for a swimming badge, maybe swim for 2 bricks in my pyjamas. But apart from that, my education days are well and truly over. But I think it is really good, and it's good escapism, and it's fun. It's not too downtrodden. There are a few historical bits and pieces that are throwing through, like the Russian flu and the recession, and because this was the start of all the change where the aristocracy was started being chipped away. The sort of the standard class divide was starting to deteriorate, and the middle classes were sort of building up.
Yeah, it's got to thank the Industrial Revolution for that, and canning machines.
Well, I know, they've got very exciting. So more canning advice in the next episode. So I think we've covered most of this episode. There's a big cloud over which I was really quite impressed and quite, because he did look quite handsome, sort of Captain Blackwood, but there's something not quite right.
There's something not quite. There's something not quite right with Captain Blackwood, in my opinion.
But yeah, I mean, overall, it's all sort of mimsing on quite lovely. So we will see you on the other side. This is Jonathan signing off.
And this is Rob saying ta-ta.
Bye-bye.